All right, all right, all right, all right. This is a lot. A lot to do, a lot to put down. Let's squirrel away what we can. It is loud. Okay. Make sure everything's updated here. TFAR should be set. Let me get a final player count here. We've got, oh my gosh.
Liru, I love you. Bye.
I love you too, Hayes. Goodbye. Good luck. Have
Okay.
fun.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Oh my god. That always gets me. All right. This is where the real fun begins. Perfect. All right. 130 players down. Let's see who wins. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't know about you guys, but I am already a little tired today because holy crap. I've been busy. Well, yeah, no, I'm offering the server crash option because it's almost a guarantee. So if you want free points, feel free, but it's not a guarantee that it's going to happen. So we'll see how things go. 3 blue 4 bets? No. They're all options, man. Ilbonex on server will crash. Of course you are. Now, here's the thing. If the server crashes and we're still running the bet, then I'm not. I'm just going to refund it because it's run out at that point. Zero. Are you talking about the sticker? Or are you talking about something else? Because if it's a sticker, I think it's cute. That's why I, have OpJan as my thingamajig. But, I've had her on there for 6 years, so it's just been a while. General James, how you doing? But anyway, guys, howdy, y'all. This is Liru here. We're here for OFCRA match commentary. Another installment, I believe the third now, of their Contractor v Contractor campaign where we choose, specifically me, but you guys help. I have to put that as a disclaimer because that's how they want the event done, but I want you guys to feel included. We choose who the winners are that get to advance in a sort of a tech tree. We've picked 4 so far. Now, my liaison to these events, NASA, he wants me, instead of picking 1 from each side, he wants me to pick a winner, 2 winners from the winning side. So I guess not really winners, MVPs would be the better term. So let me restate that. He wants me to pick 2 MVPs for the winning side. So I'm going to be keeping track of both sides, who's doing well, who's not, and we'll see how things go. What's up with FNF and Matt slots? What do you mean by that, Axel? Medium anti-tank slots are... There's either 1 in Charlie and 1 in Alpha, or 1 in Bravo and 1 in Delta. I forget which team's which. I know Alpha and Charlie have the marksman. But, what do you mean, what's up with the Matt slots? I know they might have, they've had a few announcements recently, and they're changing things up again, so we'll see how things go. Oh, it said Liru stickers? Oh. I didn't know it said Liru stickers. Okay. Then I will have to get involved if they're advertising my name next to it. I didn't know that. I thought they were just advertising that as that. Because if people advertise OpChan, then I'm perfectly fine with that. But if they're putting my name specifically, okay, I'll look into that. Because here's the thing. I don't even own that artwork. That's something I just took from the internet. And... yeah, so... I can just say, hey, can you like word it as OpChan instead? Because I don't appreciate people using me for stuff, because I have a really bad history with some people doing that on me, but yeah. I made a YouTube video saying they were removed. They removed medium anti-tank slots? No fucking way. God, they're really removing everything from there, are they? Here, let me message Malin, who's one of their staff. Quick question, because I'm super busy, comma, I've got people in my chat right now saying FNF removed medium anti-tank slots, question mark? Not that I personally care, comma, I'm just asking if that's true or not. Because here's the thing, I don't care. I'm going to be honest with you guys, when I am doing Zeusing, when I'm running something in a community, I absolutely care, because, you know, that's my bread and butter, you know, tied to my main job. And I will, you know, care a million. But when I'm commentating, I don't have any control of what goes on in the event, and I don't really want to, like to, and shouldn't even be throwing my influence around to make things change so it's more entertaining for you guys, because I'm here as a privilege. I'm not here as a right. I'm here as a privilege. So I'm not going to ever betray that unless things get really, really wonky, which admittedly in FNF in the past there were a few things, but that's all water under the bridge now. So. I don't know. He'll message me back and we'll see how things go. And there we go. The mission has started. Oh. All right, here's the deal. We're going to go over what each side has, and then we're going to go over local stuff here. So, we got Blue 4 up over here. I'm actually going to take a look at the map real quick. Let me give a quick breakdown of how points are scored today, since we spent all of our time lollygagging here. So, Blue 4's objectives are as follows. You see their main 2 spawn points over here. And they have a group forward deployed, which is one of the special abilities of one of their groups through their tech trees. But anyway, Blue 4 have to destroy RD APCs and supply APCs. There's 5 total, so 1 point each. Prevent 3 supply APCs from unloading in a specific area. Blow up airport fuel within 60 minutes, which I believe is this objective over here. No, this looks like to be the supply APC area, so I'll quickly look at where's the fuel. I actually don't see it. Interesting. Otherwise, Cap Zone A is captured, which I believe is this area right here. And then the supremacy bonus, more than 8. Okay, so it's an 8-person. So if Blue 4 kills all of but 8 people on Red 4, Blue 4 gains 2 points. If Op 4 kills all of but 8 Blue 4, they gain 2 points. All of these objectives are worth 2 points, except for the supply and artillery APCs. Those are worth 1 point each. Interesting. We have a blue zone over here as well. I'm curious to what area that is specifically. So, okay, so the RD has to be deployed there. This is all, if you look on the mission command, you can see an exact breakdown of these objectives. But otherwise, that is pretty all right here. You got Op 4's forward deployment. These are their special forces guys, so they've got suppressors, they've got MRCRs for transport, and some light anti-tank. Copyrighted music, my only weakness. Let's look at Blue 4 special forces here. Are they suppressed as well? They are not. Okay, they do have marksmen in play, though, and they do have some E-clans, but otherwise the riflemen just tend to have red dots here. Okay, let's go ahead and look at Blue 4 over here. Their main force has a scouting helicopter. It does have a camera, though, so we'll see if they have a co-pilot to work with them. We've got some Crow MGs in play. In my opinion, in PvP, other than autocannons and GMGs, one of the most overpowered things you can have is a Crow system for a 50 cal, because this is pretty much a perfectly stabilized sniper rifle. It's nasty if you're not careful. Thank you, Devour, for the Ooga Booga. And some Lincoln Park, yeah, right? But otherwise, we just have a bunch of transport Humvees here. I do see some Scars in play. But otherwise, some 5.56 rifles as well. We got some light anti-tank, some Mazes in play as well. Very, very nice. Let's go ahead and look at OPFOR's main force here. We're also going to see the supply Vics here. So you got the artillery vehicles here. I believe those have to be delivered in the blue areas here. Red areas, I actually have no idea what these are supposed to be. But again, that's the breakdown of the mission here. Ilmanek, shut up. No, I do not. Please don't say stuff like that. Otherwise, you might have NASA extend your ban. Oh, we got some MG3s in play here. Some more M4s. Some flash suppressors. You got a drone down right here. I believe this is a transport Vic. Yep. Otherwise, got a ZU-23. I'm not sure if that's going to be usable on that MTLB. We got a Stinger in play to shoot down that helicopter. And otherwise, it's a good mix of weaponry here. I'm seeing some G36Ks as well. And they have an armed drone. That armed drone has to stay within 100 meters of the actual operator, but that can also be a really useful system. And we have a helicopter here as well with a searchlight. So Blue 4 have some slightly better weaponry with 7.62. Op 4 have that MG3, though. I don't see the armed drone for these guys. But they do have a Crow system, Vic, which is arguably better. I don't see a Stinger on these guys, though. They got 240 Bravos, though. Oh, wait, no, there's the Stinger. All right, cool. So overall, a pretty mixed objective today. We'll just have to see how things go. But anyway, let's break down the units on our roster here. So on the MCO name, or excuse me, the MCO. That's something else happening on Sunday. My bad. For this community, we got People 1. We got Mercs, Andrej, Archer, Leziak, Dewadox, and Liru. Team First Degree, we have Masquerade, Mr. White, Mancho. I'm supposed to call him Mac. I always butcher his name. Foosh, Murdy, and Jonathan. Mancho's head honcho of OFCRA, by the way. Coco Jambo, we've got Dimus, Ambrose, Anigo Mars, Scenari, Camille, Akel, and Melody. E-Team 1, we've got David AF, Zeron, excuse me, Engelstad, Funi Skywalker, Adriwi, Enaru, and Sanchez. Pizza Sinpina, we got Kerrigan White, Paco Jones, Kajonovich, Combs, and Yaver. War Crimes Enjoyers. Newton, Khalil, Kelko, Hartseer, Robert Wegood, Toxic, Ali, Renly, and Gallo. And then First Degree, their second group has Flip for Flap, Fleesh, Rick Hunter, and Emil. Furry Action, War Ready, FAWR is Nannerd, Donald, Elon, Ko, Sender, Tane, and Gordy. Their second group is Ethan, Baku, Bot, Micah, Dusky, Billy, and Rizbo. E-Team 2 is Monica, Dordan, Carlitos, Carl, Goatsy, and Zine. And Pipu 2 is Kerfu, Deska Keeper, and Yosnu. Anyway, Op 4 has Band of Beggars, which have OK, McBogey Hook, Sumic, Stefu, Tenyard, Marty, Abby, and Motsby. Austrian Gamers have Kilo, Callie, and Cheeseburger. The Godfathers have Reverendo, Kosh, Matt, Corvo, Lolo, Messno, and Flip. Sittin' Ducks have Alex Cobra, Always Lux, Sipu, Karika, and Nico. Die Control Group, it's German for something, I think, has Kermit, Dennis, Benares, Roland, Kokilda, I think, Pogo _ and Ezio, two good players there. I believe Ezio is on the multi, by the way. Brownwater, play on Blackwater, has Val, Hannah Montana, Kazu, Depso, Kratz, Kuwait, and Jardzik. Their second group has Animex Settler, Dajnamo, Yurzato, Yibonga, Lollymancer, Skipu, and Timek. UN Penal Battalion has Bluck, Bob Winchester, Ash, Wombat, Nubass, Swola, and Zixme. Interesting. I haven't seen him in a while. Hope he's doing okay. It's Zixme and Ziki are two of some of the best players here, but Ziki is, I would say, the best player here. I didn't see him, though. And then their second group has NASA, who's my liaison to this event. Mr. Dave, Ivno, Corvas, Parthia, Shay, and Fact of the House Logic. Sit and Duck second group has PHK, Optimus Prime, and Rigel. And Band of Beggars has Nari and Dennis in their second group as well. All right. We're starting in 10 seconds. I got that perfectly timed. We'll see how things go. Die, I think, does mean the patch. But again, I could be wrong. But otherwise, hope you're all doing A-okay. If you are playing, make sure you are off the stream by now because your event has officially started. I hope you're able to place your bet in. And remember, if the server crashes before the poll finishes, then I just refund it. But if it crashes after the poll finishes, then the server wins. Otherwise, players are starting to move out. Again, it's going to be critical for the player base to move out here with its supply vehicles. We see the early spawns already starting to move out of their positions for their forward deployment. And we'll just have to see how the rest of everyone deploys here. Zicky membered of... Zicky was also... I'm sorry to hear that, Ilvanek. So we won't see Zicky for the rest of this campaign then, because there was a group that got banned for lone wolfing at the... I don't know if it was the first mission. Ilvanek can shed light on it, because he's part of the group that got hit with that. But that is unfortunate. French, who understands? Yeah. Mission before the campaign. Gotcha. Also, Malin just got back to me on... what's going on here. So kind of true. Basically, for tomorrow, we're updating the Orbit into this. One of the changes is bringing back the medium anti-tank team called Echo, and that medium anti-tank team only has one medium anti-tank. Okay. So they're not removing medium anti-tank, they're just moving it into its own group. So, interesting. Apparently people in their Discord were rioting about it. That's cute. Not even the Zeus can win, but yeah, no. So there is a Zeus. I think NASA has access to it as one of the admins, but they only use it for debug purposes. Otherwise, looking at how the units have deployed here, we got Blue 4 in the town of Carmelish. We got Op 4 deploying just before it. We've got some Blue 4 deploying around their artillery positions here. So far, no server desync, though. I haven't noticed anything bad. So if you voted on the server dying, you might have already lost. But hey, I'm not going to hold my breath. Blue 4, meanwhile, has deployed some guys down here from their helicopter. Op 4's helicopter was flanking around. Now it's going to be flying over the E-team position. But I don't think they're going to be doing anything specific. They are loaded in that chopper, though. We might see them deploy elsewhere. Regardless, we got some MRZR starting to head up and deploy. Nope, they're going past the airport position. We do have a Blue 4 group coming around as well. More Blue 4 backup coming on that side as well. But again, this is like 130, 140 players to manage, so I will be jumping around where I can. But this is going to be chaotic, definitely. You're not listening to me? I see, Dreadnought. You have a 3 next to your name, which means you bet on the server dying. Alright, so Blue 4 looks like they're mounting up quite a few forces. They're going to try to go for the airport objective. Op 4 holding a nice defensive line here around their forward deployment area and by their other artillery position. We do have some of the artillery units being brought up over here at the moment. And I'd imagine the other artillery unit has been brought up or is being in the process of getting brought up here. We do have the drone with its driver who's naked. Awesome. That is coming up behind this Op 4 group here. They could set it up as a support fire position to cover the airfield. I'm going to be curious to see where the Crow system truck is. It's down here. So both long-range 50 cal weapons are going to be fighting on the airport. The tough thing about the drone is if it takes like 2 or 3 50 cal shots, it's going to blow up. So if Blue 4 spots it first, they can easily destroy it. Whereas Op 4, not so much. Meanwhile, we have an Op 4 vehicle driving over here. Blue 4 potentially getting some lines on it. They've got parachutes, which means this was the helicopter group that was dropped down. But it looks like they're opting to pull away instead. Uh-oh. 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 I had to say something, didn't I? Oh! Oh! Oh my God. Had to say something. Oh, the server wins, Don. The server wins.
Wow. Oh, that's so funny.
Pay it out. Oh my god. Let me hydrate. See, the funny thing is that wasn't even a desync crash. That was a straight up memory leak by the server, which is hilarious. I thought we were fine, but I guess not, you know? Oh, man. All in on the server crash. Good God. So, reminder, how OFCRA generally works is if the server crashes 3 times, we just skip and I'll probably play some DayZ instead to fill the time. But, man, now we got the server crashing option, baby. I will say, it's likely for the server to crash once. It's very unlikely for it to crash a second time. Last week was a pretty heavy exception, though, where the server crashed 3 times. Don't know what caused that. But, whew. Yeah, Don, wait till we get back on the server and then we'll put it up again. But let me go ahead and put my stock image up here. All right, so while we're waiting for the server to come back up, a few announcements. We've got POG, the finale op for their latest campaign, is going to be happening today. I'm going to try to play on TMTM late tonight. I'm going to try to find some time to squeeze in some DayZ somewhere. And I'm hoping Friday, maybe around noon or 1 p.m. for a few hours before we do FNF, I want to do more Fallout. So I will make that announcement when I stop streaming. And we'll go from there, and I will need a moderator on the Spin the Wheel. I'm going to add a few additional options to the menu tonight, though. So we'll see how all that goes. I'm going to be honest, that was a random memory leak. I'm just surprised it crashed, you know? That a disconnect might be causing it, that is possible, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Check DMs. No, you didn't even send me a DM. Or unless I never replied to you. I never replied to you, that's why. I'm sorry, buddy. I've been juggling so much today. Like, I'm happy to be where I am right now, but my God, guys, like, I had to... I put a picture on Twitter on what I was finishing up today. I still need to garrison it. That's for tomorrow's operation. I finished tonight's mission file. I finished the entire MCO document, like, start to finish today. And I'm working on a draft for something else, which is, like, literally 2 or 3 weeks overdue at this point. And I'm going to get strangled by Bohemia people and, you know, just... Ah, man. All right, we're getting back on the server now. Hopefully it doesn't give me a connecting failed issue. No, it gives me a lovely server screen. All right. So, everyone mass connecting. Bro, I'm ready. Let's go. No. Don, if you want, you can put the new prediction down for 15 minutes. And that's the stream of 130 people reconnecting to the server. Let me tab out real quick and get you a final player count. Yep, it's 132. So, whew. Another hydrate, you got it. All in on server crash. I would not go all in on server crash a second time because, again, it usually, like, I would say out of the past 5 we've done, I think all of them except for 1 have crashed at least once and only 1's crashed 3 times. So it's very unlikely that the server's going to crash again. Yeah, no normal message in RPT. I think it was just a random memory leak, to be honest. I don't know why, but once you get past the triple digit mark, random memory leaks crashing the server becomes exponential. You don't feel 64 gigabytes that fast. Trust me, Ilvanek. There are ways. I've experienced them myself plenty of times. Oh! That doesn't count. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. That does not count. Prediction's still going. They're resetting the server on something. It doesn't count, boys. No, doesn't count. That's them literally resetting the server to fix something real quick. That wasn't even a crash. What do you mean the maximum number of players has been reached? Damn. No, it's not a crash. They just reset the server real quick. Another batch of 0 points to me. My God. Give points, funny streamer, man. It didn't even crash. It's not a crash. That's just my local connection being interrupted. Y'all are clowns, you know that? Malin, let me shrimp, okay? Okay, actually, guys. I need someone to spot me $50, all right? Here's the deal. You guys know I occasionally do live streams with, like, my GoPro and I cook food and stuff, right? I was thinking, if I could get, like, $50, I could get a shrimp costume, and then I can have a stream where I literally fry rice. Okay? So we can have a literal shrimp fry rice. All right? I just need $50. 41,000 points on Crash 0 for both forces. You guys are heartless. Oh my God. Okay? We just need to fry rice. All right? My fursona is not a shrimp. I don't think shrimps have fur patches, so I don't think that would even work properly. So, expect that, I guess, towards the end of the month. I don't know. I'll find some time to do it. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. 1 second. Let me call my agent.
Shrimp.
Hey, can you do me a solid? Can you send me the link to that that shrimp costume on Amazon? Just send me a link to the shrimp costume, okay?
You want a link? Let me find the shrimp.
Yes. Can you just send it to me on Discord because you were the one that showed it to me last night.
Shrimp
Yes. Yes.
You want a shrimp costume?
Yes.
You would like?
I need a shrimp costume so I can fry rice. Okay?
I'm just like, why?
Honey,
Yes. Do you want?
my
a costume
measures are beyond your
riding
under...
a shrimp?
Sorry, go ahead.
Do you want a costume riding a shrimp?
No, I want to be the shrimp, okay? It's as shrimple as that. If you get fed up with me, you can just come down and smack me, but it's as shrimple as that, honey, all right? I need a costume where I am the shrimp.
There you go. I sent you the link
Thank you, dear.
to your shrimp costume.
Okay, I'm looking at it now.
Okay.
It's loading. All right. That's perfect. It comes with gloves, so that's going to make it even harder to fry rice, but we can do it. We can do it. And it's $54.99. Perfect. All right. Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much. And Patchwork is right, guys. I am technically a security professional. Yes. All right, honey. Anything else? Well, I guess I need to get some rice to fry. Yeah, so I'll have to look into a recipe for that and see what ingredients we're missing. We're gonna have to do a Costco run, or no, a grocery run. And I do need to get stuff for apple cider donuts anyway, so perfect. What? Well, what do you think that mash is for in the fridge? We need a donut hole. What? But you already have holes. Mold. Okay, like a bra. Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm sure you can figure that out. Thank you, honey. Honey. Dear, baby, Bloodwing. Yep. Honey, just remember, it's as shrimple as that. I'll see you later, boo. Oh, right, yeah, I forgot. Guys, Bloodwing's allergic to shrimp. That's the one reason why I've been iffy about doing that stream, is because Bloodwing is actually allergic to shrimp. She has an iodine allergy of some sort. So, yeah. I'll kill her on the stream too, I guess. I don't know, like... I'll tackle her and she'll fall over or something. I don't know. That'll be funny. If I fry rice for her, though... If a shrimp fries her rice... That's very shellfish of her. God damn it, wolves. We have non-believers in the crash. Well, that's because, again, the server is unlikely to crash a second time. Very unlikely. So, please. I don't want the server to crash again, alright? We're 30 minutes in. Allergy is a weakness. You solve weakness by going through it. Good God. 5K on Blue 4, 35K on Op 4, 42K on the crash. Y'all are evil, man. Alright. Well, we got that squared away. I'm going to have to look up recipes for fried rice. Chat, if you want, I need you guys to help me out, all right? It's as shrimple as this. You need to go find a fried rice recipe, and you need to send it to me on Discord, okay? You need to send me fried rice recipes so we can be golden for this stream coming up, all right? We're going to do Fallout New Vegas tomorrow. We're going to have some DayZ later today. And we're going to have a stream where we fry some motherfucking rice. I love it. I love it. My PMs are full. Fallout tomorrow? Yeah, Patch. I'm playing Fallout New Vegas. You missed it. Someone made me spawn a legendary Deathclaw at my feet, and it absolutely murdered Sunny Smiles and then came after my ass. And now I have to wait till I meet Caesar, Kaiser, whatever the hell you want to call him, and I have to spawn it in his tent. All right, guys. Place your bets. We had a nice little warm-up of that round. We'll see what the player base does now with everything here. I don't have any allergies either, funny enough. Something nuclear winter. Yeah, right. And if you have any suggestions on how we can make that stream more interesting as well, feel free to let me know. Anything to add to the wheel, for example. I know we switched one thing out already. Now we're just waiting things out here. Hey, BB, how you doing? So, with everything already said and done, let's go ahead and look at what everything is here. So, Op 4... Oh, no. Oh, no, that's not a good sign. The server's winning. Well, Op 4 have their suppressed stuff. Bob Winchester's been kicked. Remember, if the server crashes before the poll finishes, I refund everything. Nobody wins. Op 4 again, they've got a drone. They've got 2 field guns groups they have to tow in. They've got 3 MTLBs they got to tow in. They've got a mix of weapons. We'll see how they do. Blue 4, meanwhile, they have a crow system.
Mais non, mais faut
Oh, dear. The server was behaving so well. It was behaving. And then their forward group has suppressors as well. So now we just got to wait things out. There's a lot of different ways to score points. If you want to see the exact breakdown, use the exclamation point mission command. And we're just going to have to wait and see what happens.
Mira el Carlitos aquí escondido porque os tiene miedo, míralo.
The time for talk has passed. The Lord's work must be done. The Burnman was a pretty good character, not gonna lie. Uh-oh. Oh, it's catching up. Yeah, the server needs to hold out for 4 minutes for the poll to end and then crash so you chuckle fucks can make your points, right? Make your bank. No, Fallout New Vegas is filled with great characters.
Imagínate, o sea, es español, ya me jodería.
Well, Ilbanek, if you're gonna say that, you might as well place a bet then, right? Wink.
Que a ver si. Corazón no le falta.
Hydrate, you got it.
Yo me la comía.
Yo es que no sé por qué discuten.
Soy el puto cocinero.
Hermano, pidera de barbacoa como una
130k down on a crash. Oh my god. Y'all need to chill. Y'all need to chill. Oh. Did you see that? Did you see that?
Ya puedes.
It was there for half a second.
¿Cómo se escribía? ¿Qué botón era para escribir?
No, no escribáis que no se puede escribir en teoría salvo cosas.
Yes, Cyberfox, religious ghouls and rockets looking for a land to call their own. Don't you laugh at me. I know a spell that'll make that'll make you see your true form. A cave rat taught it to me.
El doble de distancia respecto a lo de antes. ¿Vale?
Remember, if it crashes before the poll ends.
No, pero es al principio solo. Ya ha pasado otras veces.
Oh no! Oh! Oh!
¿El Duden ha podido entrar? No. Joder, todavía está cargando.
Sí. Pero ahora no le entra porque está el server así.
Claro.
Por eso tiene la barra cargada a tope, pero...
Bueno, pues que tenga paciencia, le acabará entrando en cuanto se resincronice.
Oh man. I love how the people that already bet on the server crashing wanted to survive for just a few more minutes and then crash. Y'all are just...
bien de quién tiene dentro y quién no, y dónde están. Y es como que si empieza todo muy rápido, ¿no?
Y'all are evil.
No existo. Estoy muerto. Si estoy muerto no me dicen nada. No sé nada del server.
What's your position?
Yo actualmente soy una IA.
They're voicing the English lines. You can be if you want, Zero.
Angos, ponte el color cuando puedas.
Sí, estoy cogiendo todo como puedo.
Arma 3 memes survive all cultures, yep. The server's gonna crash harder than Bloodwing if she has some shrimp. Oh my god.
Míralo, pues sí, cómo hace el moonwalk. Nah, está bueno.
A ver si puede entrar Durden porque, joder.
Oye, ¿quién era Arsenal?
Está entrando uno.
Durden no quería entrar a OFCRA.
Ilbanek, give it 2 to 3 years.
No, la cadenita no, la cadenita.
That's my estimate. Maybe longer, but it depends on what happens on the interior of the company.
No es un arsenal, es una caja normal con 4 cosas dentro.
Los cojones, los cojones. Puedo coger todo lo que yo quiera, David.
Sí, de lo que hay dentro, sí.
¿Tienes arsenal?
Why are you running it on the 32-bit? Why are you running the server on 32-bit? What? Of course the server's dying!
A ver, no lo sé. Hay que es bueno rezar. Ah, han puesto la de 32 bits. Claro, y tiene menos memoria y se muere.
Oh my god, of course the server's dying if you're running the server on a 32-bit executable.
Supongo.
Alright, I will clarify. If the server is restarted, guys, it does not count as a crash. I'm sorry to say, it does not count as a crash because they just announced they're restarting it. So that means the poll is going to be refunded.
Javelins para todo. Momento, silencio, radio.
I know. You're booing, but it's not a server crash. Okay? Now we're gonna wait to see if Manchote follows through.
Vale, va a haber eso, un restart más porque creen que saben ya que puede ser. Que van a pasar a la... Habían probado...
There it is. All right. Don, refund the poll. Do not pick a winner because this is not a server crash. They just said in the chat that they are restarting the server. It's not a crash. It is not a crash. A crash is defined as the server deciding to kill itself. If you're mad at me, feel free to shout rigged, but I'm just letting you know that it is not a crash. Or Craft 3 refunded. It's refunder, baby. It crashed due to admin error. No, it's being reset, but the crash was admittedly caused by an admin error because when you run a 32-bit executable, you only have like up to 4 gigs of memory to use max. And that is, for 130 players, not enough. Oh man, you're even coming up with rigged signs now. Skill count issue. All right, here's the thing though. If it crashes one more time, I am considering this the second, like, you know, stop. If it crashes one more time, we're going to just switch to DayZ. Your cult will make the crash happen. Please don't. DayZ, Casey. You know, I was told by the admins on that server that they've made it like pure open PvP now, which kind of terrifies me. So, you know, y'all shouting rigged. It's not rigged. Though I do appreciate seeing chat go that quickly. Once in a while, I do enjoy it. Like the Crash Bloodwind will get when you give cook. God damn it. Shut up about that. Y'all. Only thing rigged is when your Fallout New Vegas wheel lands on 8. Oh my god. That's the bad one, right? That's when it ups the difficulty. That was terrifying. Very hard on hardcore difficulty is a pain in the ass. They ate my spectator slots. Ah. Oh. They just ate my spectator. Okay, no, it's getting set again. No spectator slots. Don, I need a new poll. Siege even finaler. I love it. No poll for you. God, what a day. I just hydrated. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Poll goes up immediately. All right, guys. Who do you think is gonna win? $105,000 on server crash. Who's side leading OP4? Let's have a look. Actually, I don't know because it's all separated by communities, so I don't know who's leading who. That was a massive amount of people reconnecting at once. Hype for server crash. And this is what you call commitment. What am I committing to? I know you like gambling, Ivno. I know. The guy who put 40K is not even in this chat. What? I have no faith in the server. Come and move forward. Guys, if the server crashes, it's fair. I get it, okay? We gamble it. Cool. But if it's announced that it's being shut down, and we don't do it. So here's the deal. We're either going to have an OFCRA op, or we're going to play DayZ. Those are the two options here. It's all dependent on a server crash. Anyway, tomorrow we'll be covering FNF, the early branch, previously known as the EU branch, and then we'll be doing some a 40K up at 8 p.m. And then again around noon or 1 p.m. we'll be doing some Fallout stuff. Now, while we wait for the server to go back up, I'm going to quickly make a purchase. Okay? It's as shrimple as that, baby. What day is it arriving? It would come Wednesday, October 26th. Wow. All right, 58 bucks. Let's go. It's done. I would do it, but Bloodway and I were going to do Star Trek for a Halloween party that our friends are hosting this time around. She's going to be Deanna Troi, and I'm going to be William Riker from Next Generation for Star Trek. And the reason we're doing that is because Bloodwing is Greek, so she can pull off a Greek actor really well, and I already have Riker's full-on beard and everything, so it's really easy to cosplay that. If no, what did you do in the Brazil team speak? Liru beard reveal? Cack. We need a beard cam. I'm not showing you the bottom half of my face. Maybe one day, okay? Brazil existed in OFCRA for 1 minute historical moments. Was there a Brazilian on the team speak? That's cute. A chin reveal? How about this, Salvi? If we ever make... I'll put up a ridiculous goal for, like, $5,000 for Fallout New Vegas. Riker with balaclava, yeah. We'll put up a $5,000 goal, and if we make it, I will show you my beard. Beard picks sold at $10 each. Oh, my God. In before Stone appears. No! Don, do not summon the man. He's done enough. You'll save up then. Oh my God. Did Twitch go funky? It would have been on Twitch's end because I don't have any dropped frames according to OBS, which means my connection was not interrupted, which means it had to have been on Twitch's side. You'll sell Reno to the Chinese for beard pics. Only 5K? What, you think I should up it to 10K? Because here's the deal, guys. Like finance-wise, I have to put 6K down for new windows for this house, and then I still I've pledged to give Bloodwing 10K for her masters, which she's doing over 20 months, and she's 2 months in. We ran a pay for pain. I'm gonna give her a K and a half for that. But so I still want to give her another 8.5, and that payment's due in like, I think 10 months, give or take. And then after that, I'm going to rebuild myself financially so I can play the stock market game again and, you know, maybe have something for myself. But, you know, and then there's the mortgage. The goddamn mortgage. And yeah, I know, Patches. We'll probably do a mini one in a month or two. But I'm trying to make Pay for Pains more rare. OnlyFans for the beard? Yeah, right. Start selling beard pics. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I don't think my beard's anything special. It's just a short beard, full face, and I take care of it with a straight razor. Only beards. But I only shave it once every few days because I like to let it grow out and then I trim it because I'm still getting the trim right. Because this is something I've only recently started for my own self-confidence. Oh, I know, Devour. I'm not going to get in the stock market game now. I'm going to wait for it to rebound. I'm waiting for the next recession. Reveal beard. Oh, my God. Y'all are chuckleheads. Beard SMR. I don't think the beard can speak. My God, we've had 50 minutes of streaming nothing. Let's go. I'm not even going to do a breakdown of the factions. I'm just going to splice the videos together. Crash the server to reveal Liru's beard. That's not... No. Patches. No. Bad. Recessions really put hair on your chest. Jesus Christ. Just rustled against my mic. Ugh. All right. No. Salvi, here's what I want you to do. I want you to come up with a list of things I can do related to my beard that I can then offer in the Fallout New Vegas stream. Like that. And we'll charge for it. All right? We'll charge for it. Just to give you something to do. I will say, though, during the height of the pandemic, I had not shaved at all. My beard was a solid, like, 6 inches down. It was great, but Bloodwing hated it, so I eventually had to cut it down. All right, add bells to your beers. Oh, my God. Beers. Awesome. Beard. I can't even articulate correctly. All right, guys. The poll is up. Well, server's not showing a huge amount of desync, which is good. Still showing a little bit. Don't go all in on the server crashing, because again, I doubt it will. Crasher, it's rigged. Shut up, Patch. I'll crash your server 3 times tonight, and then say it's rigged. Wait. I'll say it won't be rigged. Ah, whatever. Man, slides like Roomba. Crash Cult versus Beard Bros. There's 150k points down on it crashing. Jesus Christ, guys. Malin, we can, you know the Manuel song Gas, Gas, Gas? Let's redub it, all right? Let's say it's crash, crash, crash. I want the server to crash. That's what you want, right? Let's redub that bitch. Make the beard sing. Oh no. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. Let's just watch the damn units deploy.
Where I wanted to play on 64. There wasn't even a hint of lag at the start.
I think they changed the bug to 64.
It's 64-bit now.
But it's still as bad as 32.
No, it's a lot better now. Because we were fucking...
Look, has anyone told you how smart you are?
No, right,
Good,
no,
because I hope if they... I wouldn't want them to lie to you. I won't want you to think you're smart, because you're fucking not.
That's my response. No, dude, I'm saying the lag is a bit better, because
we can
see people like moving, like, settling and shit, but
No,
still
that's not Pierce.
But it wasn't like this at the very, very start.
No, at the very, at the very start it wasn't like this. Alright, let's go, fellas.
Is everyone's favourite reason?
Hiya.
My favorite region is the bit where the big statue of Jesus is.
Also, yeah, it's network desync. It doesn't have much to do with the 32 or 64-bit, but by putting the server on 64-bit, it's giving it more RAM to process everything, which is why it's less networky, but it's still going to be networky.
No.
I'm some real big issue.
Oh my god. All right, mission has started. Let's see what happens. Oh, no. Oh, it's not a crash. It's not a crash. Player sim got disabled.
Could be just me, but I think the server ranks differently to the warm-up and after warm-up.
I asked why is it enabled? What I asked you, fucking idiot. Whoa, let's keep
I'm back. What did they say? A bit toxic for a person who represents the
Can you stop talking with the neighbor? I'm starting to throw the flip-flops out of the window if you don't. You wanna see how you do it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, let's go. I'm taking my gloves off.
Alright, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna crack your skull
You have
open.
very supple hands.
I have my slippers on, I'm Spanish, I remind you.
I mean, I'm happy that you have slippers on. I don't know.
Okay, do you take your socks off when you sleep?
I mean, no.
Ah! No, they disabled the server simulation for everything. To allow the server to catch up. All right, that took care of the network desync. Game on. And that was a 200-meter render distance, which is, yeah. Woo. I believe in the server, guys, because look at that. There's no desync anymore. We should be A-okay. A-okay. No such thing as desync. I told you, it's unlikely that's going to crash a second time, but it, you know, they were running 32-bit executables, which I get the logic of it. I tried it once, but no, after they made the 64-bit, it pretty much made 32 obsolete. What was going on yesterday? No, Forge, I think it was just general network issues over the internet. Can we crash the server if you hear a really crappy dad joke? Well, if you want to give really crappy dad jokes in chat, feel free. Until my moderators just get sick of you. Anyway, player base is moving out across everything again. You got the helicopter escorting these 3 trucks down here. Blue 4 are instead blowing past their previous defensive line. Op 4 taking positions around the airport area. And Op 4 is doing a dismount, but Blue 4 is leading their forces here. So let's see what they do. All right, Don, what are the final numbers for the poll? I think the server's got this, all right? Helicopters flying overhead, so they're gonna start scouting. 67K on Blue 4, 48K on Op 4, 158 on server crash. All right, so we got the artillery vehicle driving down. The other artillery Vic is driving around, which is road raging with that Humvee. And they're holding. So Blue 4 is going to attack that position early now. Op 4 have deployed over here. They hear the vehicle over here that's now dismounting.
che ha ricevuto. Alex, chiama il comando e diglielo che abbiamo un elicottero TAN, se è alleato o meno. LOL dovrebbe essere il Godfather.
Forge, I don't know what you're talking about.
Always, devo chiedere se l'elicottero TAN è alleato o no.
Abbiamo un elicottero.
Alright, so they're looking around. Naked Boy walking around with the 240. No, it's a mini-me, actually, because of the backstock. I think. Got some vehicles driving around. You just had the Artie Vic exposed. Watching the map here, so that vehicle has been put out. They have a mortar. Ooh. Blue 4 setting up to mount an attack here. Blue 4 also securing this area at the moment. There's a laptop around here. Oh, but the drone has started engaging. Matt can't go too far. Right off the bat, Mr. White is dead and Emil are dead. They got mowed down by machine gun fire. Got the M2 Vic out here. I don't know where the Crow system vehicle is, but it needs to be used in play here. Otherwise, Blue 4 is going to take more casualties, specifically from that, Wait a second. Okay, no, the drone is, I forgot. In OFCRA, drones don't come up on their own. It's AI targets, so I just got to follow Matt around until he comes up on that. So OFCRA getting some early licks in here. Got some machine gun fire going out. It's a little short, though. Yeah, so it's an AI controlling the gun right there. Matt doesn't have any manual control, so it's firing down at the infantry here. And that 50 cal is going to be very, very accurate. So you got the laptop for this objective over here. Blue 4 flying around. They're trying to find the groups that were coming around over here. They've got a squad coming over to try to inspect that. Meanwhile, down over here, you have Blue 4 taking fire as they get into a skirmish. All right, quick hydrate. All right, so OPFOR have a defensive position here, but they have UN Penal Colony coming around to try to flank Blue 4's group over here, which is E-Team 1. If Penal Colony can successfully do this attack, they can wipe out this force and then have to deal with the second half of that group. Let's see if these guys can turn and engage. They haven't realized they're under fire from their flank yet. AT goes in. Hits the tree. I don't think that results in any kills. Sanchez, however, stands up. He gets taken out. We have another man down right there. Funi, these guys are still looking at that side, not realizing they're taking fire from their flank. Now they're starting to turn and engage, but they only have a few guys left. Mortar is firing. That's firing onto E-Team 2's position. Not sure how accurate those rounds are going to be, but it looks like they are pulling back. As those rounds splashed out, looks to be Willie Pete rounds. Ugh, that's messy. Engo woke back up. He gets shot again as OPFOR circles around. Meanwhile, we've got that team from this car dismounting on their far north, but OPFOR starting to move up from the south. I'm looking around for Matt. He's still over here. They're throwing stuff around. Bluck taking fire. Got Bandit Beggars' helicopter flying over. Oh, he just got headshotted. Adriwi taking some shots there. Popping some more smokes. We have Funi coming around as well, but so far so good for Penal Colony. AT goes in and knocks Ardriwi out. Actually kills him outright. That might have been a direct hit. Helicopter still flying over, but great flanking play by OPFOR here. OPFOR remounting this one Vic, could sweep around. Quickly checking back over at this vehicle. They're using this as a front. Looks like it's taken damage, though. You can see its texture has changed. It's trying to remount its forces. The 50 cal drone could do a lot of damage from it if they utilize it. So I think Matt's now in the camera. Battery of the gun's moving on its own. I don't know who the driver is of it, admittedly. Hey, Willow, how you doing? So that fight's going well for OPFOR. This fight down here is going well for OPFOR. You got Funi in smoke, trying to move up in the middle of their formation. He just took shots, though. Bob might finish him off. Hey, righto, Willow. Bob's watching. And multiple shots to the head only knocks him out. Grenade gets close to Nubas, though, and that knocks him out. So these guys, only Nubas getting wounded, though. They could still medic him back. They don't have a medic with them, but the second half of the group has a medic, and the other half is now coming to flank this other team coming around. Got Arnau as the only survivor right there. But second half of UN Penal Battalion coming down here to flank this force could be devastating.
Repeat last, where?
So I think he just told his guys on short range.
Repeat last, where was AA, the guy, AA?
They're saying they spotted AA. Yeah, they're not in range to see him just yet as this force now pushes in. You've got Dennis, though, firing down at Dorden, and that takes him out. A lot of shots went in on him before he could even notice. We're going to start crossing this berm, and they're going to catch Blue 4 right here.
Copy.
Blue 4 driving a truck around. Korvac looking too far in town here, doesn't spot Monica on the left. Monica did not hear the people up here, otherwise you'd see Blue 4 turning and engaging. Monica's heading up to the high ground now, unknown to this player, though. You're going to literally walk right on top of Korvac. Oh. Poor Monica. Should have stayed under Bill Clinton's desk.
Yes, he was on top.
So you got the marksman trying to pick people off over here. Don't brawl me for that one. That was good. Got the helicopter. Oh, no, it's flying way up. All right. NASA's coming around. Well, NASA's dead. I think he checked the map, not realizing he was, again, right on top of an enemy team.
Mónica muerto.
Voy a avanzar yo, ¿vale?
I think it's because said Monica was dead.
Intento,
All right, so OPFOR need to push down and continue this attack here. Penal Battalion looks like they killed that other Blue 4 guy right there. Ooh, Carlito's taking some heavy fire here. We have to see this other team follow through. I think NASA was their team lead, though. Yeah, so we went down way too far, so these guys got to follow through and close the gap.
I want more people watching that smoke. The time we watch by the FGB and the other UN team, I want all eyes on that smoke. Get me intel on it fast.
That's the mortar's smoke. So I think they're being distracted by their own mortar. Because they have, the mortar's been firing in that direction, so they're literally messing with themselves here. Because now this team isn't going to do anything, it's just the mortar firing random rounds. This one, oh no. Oh, oh no! Bye, guys. They got mortared.
Why?
That's brilliant. So I guess it's only white smoke. It's not Willy Peak or damaging, because otherwise Korvac would be taking damage. But yeah, they're pulling away now. And that's leaving the defenses here to fend for themselves, but there's only 2 guys left, and there's plenty of OPFOR rounds that should be fine. Meanwhile, back at this position, quickly give it a look. Okay, so you got a handful of guys still around here. You've got more bodies right here. Literally, oh my god. 6 dudes right here, probably from the drone. So those would be Matt's kills, but I'm not sure Matt gets them logged because of, it's Lolo that's getting them logged. So Lolo might be the drone operator then. Because I doubt he's been getting all those kills with his single red dot there. So Lolo doing great. On a 6-kill streak, got the helicopter landing back here. Looks like it's picking up stragglers. Ah, interesting. We have a team of 7 for Blue 4 back here. Except they hit a rock. So I think they're going to get behind this position and try to assault it. With the numbers, they might actually be able to pull that one off. Looks like all Blue 4 have been wiped from the southern artillery objective, so these guys are going for the northern one. Meanwhile, Blue 4, they have an ambush set up right here. They're repositioning their forces here. I think they're getting these 2 guys to load up in the chopper and pull away. And then they're guarding some of the red positions here, which I think are supply positions. So right now, OPFOR has the advantage. We'll see what this 7-man Blue 4 team can do then.
Oni oznaczają, że przeciwników. No.
Here they go. So it's an early dismount.
Przed nami azymut 300, azymut 300.
And now we're probably going to see them get on this hill right here. Try to do some overwatch. Meanwhile, OPFOR have no one watching their rear, so they can be spotted. They're 1 AA gunner. Also in position here. So we'll see if Blue 4 can bounce back with that assault. Ooh, hold on. Oh, keep driving. Find the helicopter. They're not going to hear it over their engine. No way. Come on. Come on. You hear the engine. Go check that out, please. Yes. Yes. Please tell me you have AT. They're looking up.
No. No.
Go check. Go check the ground. Come on, dude. You can do such a really good ambush here. Helicopter's now circling around because I think they heard the vehicle coming. Cobra's looking around. Might have spotted Leziak. Blue 4's debating what to do here because the helicopter pulled out because they weren't able to get everyone. OPFOR is bringing reinforcements to potentially assault this position. Chopper's coming around. It's scouting around with its camera. Oh, yeah, they got eyes on OPFOR coming in. They're going to call that down to their 3 dudes. But I don't think OPFOR knows that there's infantry down here, so they might just pull out. But now you got reinforcements coming in. And these are the suppressed shooters, so these are OPFOR's elite. And yes, I don't think the server's crashing.
Okay.
I think they said they spotted Leziak, so they might go down and look for him. Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Era proprio qua sotto che ha fatto un attimo uno sgancio a 280 ovest.
Looking back here, Blue 4 might come up on that hill and ambush those 4 Op 4 guys. That'd be a great start. There's some Blue 4 counterattacking here. We got these guys set up right here. Cobra's starting to look. Oh! That wasn't that chopper getting hit. That was Op 4 chopper with 8 people is going down. Please tell me that wasn't you. I think they'll be able to rotate in time. I need to... No, okay, he's trying to lock on the other one. Meanwhile, these guys just engaged all of them. Other chopper just got hit. That's a hit. Op 4 have safely landed their chopper. We just saw someone bail out and make it. And the other chopper lost its main rotor. It's skidding. Oh. Is he okay? Looks like he's okay.
Poczekaj, muszę się zapatrzeć.
All right, so Blue 4 lost another team. They lost their chopper. Op 4's lost their chopper. These guys know that there's forces up on that hill now because there was an AA launch from up there. But with both choppers down, that just cancels either asset out there. We've got Op 4 reforming and pushing around here as well, but that was a really good job done by... what team is this? Sitting Duck? Great. I'd still say if things were to cancel each other out, nothing bad would happen. I'd be giving it to Godfathers and... UN Penal Battalion if Op 4 wins this round. But still could be possible on either way, but Op 4 have taken very minimal casualties. Blue 4, meanwhile, have lost at least 2 or 3 groups. So we'll have to see how this ambush does up here. Now, these guys have 308 rifles with those Scar H's. So they can do a lot of damage in an ambush to the 4 guys up here, and they're not even paying attention on their rear security. Oh, Bloodwing's here. Hey, Boo. How you doing? So, the shrimp costume comes the 26th, so probably around that time we will fry some rice. Make it spooky rice? All right. I'll see what I can do. Halloween fried rice.
Hello!
Yes. So far Op 4 seems to be winning. I don't know. Why do you need my water? Why do you need my water?
They didn't specify who's getting hydrated.
Oh, shit. She just drank my water. Thank you. How was your cider?
It was delicious.
Great. I'm glad.
I always love making you cider.
I always love making you cider.
I like when you make me cider and crepes.
Oh, yeah. I'm making crepes tomorrow morning. Hell, I might stream that.
Wait, why are you making crepes tomorrow morning again?
Because I've told you for the past 2 days I'm making you crepes Friday morning.
We're out of ham.
We're out of ham? That's fine.
And all the butterflies.
The butterflies.
Bloodwing. As long as it doesn't have shrimp in it, that's fine.
Well, it'll be spooky rice for you then, because it'll kill you. Yay!
Ah, yes. I will, in fact, become a ghost for Halloween. I'll haunt you if I'm dead.
Oh, no. Spooky.
I'd follow you everywhere.
Please, no.
You'd be with your new partner, and I'd be like, what you doing? Be sitting there on top of bed. See, she's not into
So, let me clarify. You would die, you would haunt me, and you would judge my decisions with anyone else I got with.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Would you be disappointed if I didn't?
No. Alright, that crow system appears to be firing on band of brothers units on the hill might have spotted that UAV and started engaging it. Oh, it's firing at the drone, I think, so the drone's not pulling back. Why are you, like, right up to my mic?
That would be really great.
Oh, okay.
ASMR stream.
What?
ASMR stream.
Okay. Thank you, honey.
Great crazy golden crazy dead X. Whose ghost is following you.
So I think these guys are not trying to scout for where that 50 cal is coming in from. But again, you got to be careful with the 50 cal.
If I die, I'm going to turn on your fan randomly in the middle of the night.
I see. Drunk Firebear, thanks for giving Nilbenek a sub. I hope you both keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this stream.
I'm going to wake you up at 6
Yeah, so
a.m.
we do have an issue with our fan upstairs because it keeps randomly turning off and on, and we think because someone else has a similar system. Yeah, the signals are getting crossed. Which is funny.
You know what else is funny?
What? Okay, licking my face is not funny.
It's hysterical.
The ASMR got you all warm inside. It says shrimp pie. Shrimp pie. Oh my god.
Ooh, ooh, shrimp pie.
See, that costume comes with gloves too, like claws. So I'm gonna have to determine how we're gonna do that.
Send in Go Team 6.
Yes, Grounders, welcome.
Blinks I get here and the first thing I hear is licking my face.
Licking my face.
Yep. Thanks for the 49-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Willow
Send in
gifting...
Go Team
How many subs is that? 10? You just licked me again. So I think... Did he fire? This is what you watch when you're playing the solo of Freebird, the guitar solo. If you got a sub from Willow Tree, make sure you thank him. Otherwise, Willow.
Team 6 now.
Yep, we're gonna start with her on that next week because that's gonna be.
Final. No.
Yeah, she has a final to do this coming weekend.
You need to understand what I have to do this week. I have to finish a final that's on Saturday morning.
Yes.
And then I have to make Liru a costume.
Yes.
Send in Go Team 6 now.
Because we're going to this Alice in Wonderland themed event, so I want to dress up because you can dress up for it. And
Oh,
so
now he's
Send in
looking
Go
behind him.
Team 6 now.
I have a lot to do.
Yes, you do.
Oh, and I also need to order a search record.
Yes.
Send in Go Team 6 now.
Thank you guys.
She actually has really good scores in the class compared to everyone else, which is kind of funny.
I mean, so far I'm doing okay.
Settler got blown away. Yee trying to fire back. Gets headshotted by Dymus.
Send in Go Team
Oh, perfect
6
grenade throw. Yee's dead. I guess not. Never mind. Oh, yeah, you're right. Now he is. Grenades being thrown around. They got to be careful throwing those grenades uphill because they might still ricochet down to them. These guys are going to start reporting that they're under contact. We might see some reinforcements come around. Yes, immediately we are seeing Band of Beggars coming around to do a counterattack.
Yeah, I'm busting butt to get my MBA. So I...
2 months into her 20-month program for her master's. I'm so proud of her. Yes! Yes, I'm proud of you. I've always said that I'm proud of you. I mean, you got the damn promotion we weren't going to see till after the Masters. Literally a month before you started the Masters, which was really funny.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because, like, the whole point of me doing my Masters was to get...
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we knew you didn't have to, like, wait all the requirements. Like, we were able to get it for you.
Sender Zato knocked out.
6 now.
And Willow giving a sub to Mad Dog. I appreciate it, Willow. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I hope you get a nice kick out of the scenario. Now you got Band of Beggars up here. They just had 2 go down, though. They were able to take 1 of Blue 4 out here. Looking at the rest of the map, Blue 4 sending some guys to cure. What? All right. Thanks for dropping down, Boo. Love you.
Bye.
Everyone say bye to Bloodwind. Who gave you a sub? I might have been Willow. Otherwise... Bye, Boo. Yeah? She got on her 4s and started sprinting up the stairs. What a goober. Anyway, back to the firefighting. We've got some more shots here by Abe. Oh, you're using an L85. There's your problem. There's your problem. Dimus staying low over here. Manages to splint around. You still got Diginamo. Firing from the flank here on 2 kills. So zoomed in that we can't even see the angle of the shots there. Now taking some additional fire. Caught in the open. Will have to pull back. But OPFOR has quite a few people down up here. Now you're having more reinforcements. This is Matt driving with the drone and the rest of Godfather coming around. Meanwhile, looking north, you've got, it was 3 Blue 4 trying to intermingle in this OPFOR squad. Now it's down to 2. And OPFOR seems to be holding with no casualties. Looks like Dimus came around and got the AA gunner killed. And this team's only down to a handful. Blue 4 is holding strong. Tell her not to dry shrimp. Oh, man. This OPFOR group, meanwhile, is taking fire from FAWR as they are adjusting. This is a bit of a long-range engagement, though, as OPFOR have taken fortifications in this military complex. So we got these tombs over here. OPFOR might try to flank around. It's a hard point. And regardless, we'll see them come around. Looking back over here, this is one of the pilots. He's got his radio out and probably is trying to talk to people. He's got a, looks like a Glock 17.
Engaging towards the east of...
Got a little bit of medical. He's also doing some medical. Looking back at this fight, you still have plenty of OPFOR knocked out here. They're only down to 3 dudes, so they're less than 50% of their combat effectiveness. And we're seeing Godfather starting to deploy their forces here and move down with the drone. I think the drone's going to really knock him out, but it looks like Blue 4 is going to move to get in the vehicle and pull out before more OPFOR reinforcements can come in, seeing that there's a lull in the firefight. That's a smart call to make. They did their job here. And we see that this area is grayed out, which I actually don't know what that means. I know this area I think is still okay. No, it's not because the thing got blown up. Okay, so Blue 4 were still able to do the objective here. Not sure about this area, though, so we might actually have Blue 4 on the winning side right now. In which case, I'm going to have to redefine who the winners are. And there's no server crash, which means if you bet on server crash, you might not get points. So Blue 4 escaping. I mean, how many did they have? Yeah, for 2 casualties and taking out like a group and a half, that's pretty significant. I was about to say, I hope you didn't just double tap your own dude. That would be pretty hilarious. OPFOR still haven't taken any KIA there. It's only Deska Keeper there with the handgun as a pilot. He could just get the vehicle and run. Otherwise, we might see Blue 4 try to make some sort of attack here. Hold on, I'm seeing a mortar being used here. I think it's going to be just short. Just short. So we'll see how OPFOR retaliates. But yeah, like literally 30 meters, 20 meters in, that would have been a perfect hit. All right, we're going to see Deska Keeper go John Wick on the OPFOR Special Forces team. Let's go. I'm excited. He found the other pilot. The other pilot didn't do so well, but hey, maybe his stuff will help him out. He's doing some medical. And OPFOR is opting to pull out of this position. This could give Keeper here the perfect opportunity to get in that vehicle and run them all over. It could be Willie Pete smoke, Morphe. It could choke all of OPFOR out. You know, like what Bloodwing does to me on a Friday night. Revenge? I'm actually not sure. Deska Keeper has fired his gun to draw the enemy towards him. Yes. Yes, he has. And now he's gonna heroically knock himself unconscious to bait the enemy to come in. And he's, yeah. Woo! Desk Keeper! Oh, yeah! Perfect! Meanwhile, the Blue 4 group is driving around. And I think Roland might have actually just gotten a kill there. No, okay, so that was a previous kill from something else. Let's hear their chatter. I think they're okay. Maybe. Possibly. Who knows? Ooh. Yeah, so the answer is no then. So you can't do it. Yes, David, you did manage to still get the artillery vehicle down there, which was good done. But your ambush was counter-ambushed. The first, your western force was completely ambushed. Your southern force had a chance and was able to push in and take the vehicle out because of a misplay in communication between the mortar of OFCRA and the second half of that counter-ambush force, holding because they thought the mortar smoke that was being fired was your group's smoke, which allowed you a window to push in despite Monica running back and alerting them that the force was right below them, but then NASA moved up and then held position and then got killed. Meanwhile, back here, you have 3 guys waiting with the MTLBs. They're probably going to deploy them soon. But we might see Blue 4 go for a snipe here if they get a little lucky. Otherwise, frontline is still holding. The Special Forces troop is now going down to the airfield. And we'll see how things go. And yes, David, it was an intense situation. I do agree. You got what you needed to get done, but we'll see if that helps in the long term because you didn't have... you had a bit of a negative KD for your group. Crash Cult real quiet right now. Oh yeah, because the server is holding up to scrutiny here. Let's see, we got about 50 minutes remaining in the round, a little more. I'm just trying to time this properly. So I'm not sure if that's enough time to fit in DayZ, but maybe between FNF and OFCRA, because there's a few contracts for the finale. I prepped a really cool little custom area. All right, these guys are coming up. They could ambush Penal Battalion. And they've immediately called out hostiles. And I think these guys also immediately spotted them. Oh, these guys have the high ground. We'll see, David, because it could still go either way. I would say OFCRA have been winning the PvP battles overall and have a higher amount of manpower, but that could still greatly change because these guys specifically have been doing a great job. Coco Jumbo, which I think I've already commended them once in this campaign. Oh, but they're fighting Bluck, Zixme, Nubas. They're fighting really good players here, but if they get the ambush, good on them. Nubas. Nubas, no! Zixme, no! Ooh, Engo goes down. Now you're going to see some of the best players on the server turn and engage. And you're going to see just how good that marksmanship is. Oh, no! The other half of the group has driven their forces around in a pincer maneuver. Get that AT out, Fact. Get that AT out. You have an AT launcher. Get it out. Delta, what are you doing? Oh! Korvac trying to follow. Oh, you guys are killing me. Don't fry it. We have the high ground and a shrimp.
Are there any friendlies on this hill?
Jesus Christ.
The guys to our...
So that was a great pull-out plan by Coco Jumbo. Reminds me of myself, but they still had a KIA. They did knock Nubass out, but he can be mediced up, and it looks like Ivno is still a medic here, and he can't get him up, so... That was a great call by both sides. They tried to ambush, almost ran into the counter ambush, because you got to remember, these guys have already counter ambushed the team that was in charge of the firefight down here, so... Tough call. The pull-out game has... Well, yeah, because someone didn't pull out quick enough. I am surprised they got they pulled out very quickly too, because communication looked like it was suffering a little bit, but they were quick to rebound. Is that a haircut sign? Are they laughing at how his radio looks with his weapon right there? Chuckleheads. The other guy sounds like he's dying now to the radio sound, accidentally clicked out.
Kupy masz, to do ciebie.
Halo? No już wracam. No tak, no daj mi chwilę jeszcze. 22 jeszcze nie... Już... Powiedziałem 23 wrócę, już wracam.
Someone translate.
No. Siema.
Cześć.
Brywi ci ktoś ukradł.
Cześć,
halo?
Czy tutaj widać, że to drugi brzeg, ale...
Adamek,
tak,
do ciebie ktoś dzwoni.
Akurat dzwoni. O?
No, they're not discussing fried shrimp recipes. He's talking about how late it is. Yeah, probably for their time, since these guys would be like, you know, 5 to 7 hours ahead.
Co robimy? Mieliśmy coś zrobić?
I don't see anything flashing.
Drzewa są.
This convoy's coming around. What the heck?
Jednego nawet nie było.
Już jestem.
So I'm curious, this Blue 4 group, what do they have in terms of AT capability? They don't have any, which is going to be a problem fighting those MTLBs. Now, weakness on the MTLBs is, fun fact, this back door is not bulletproof. You can penetrate that back door with 6.5 or 5.56. And probably also 5.45 unless RHS patched that. So if they come around, they could potentially be killed. So we'll just have to see how things go. Whew. Now we're just gonna have to wait it out and see where vehicles go. Now Blue Force still has their Crow MRAT, and that could still turn the tide. So we'll just have to see. Otherwise, not really seeing much else go on. Blue 4, they have set up another force up here to hold this village. I guess as more of an overwatch point. Looks like to watch this valley over here because of this force over here. Because they, you know, took out that northern force. Let's count how many groups are still alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you got 3 extra. And then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then a group of 3 here. So Op4 definitely has the number advantage here. And yes, Arma 3, you have to understand, is made by a company from the Czech Republic. And it does have players in communities all across the world. Which is kind of a cool feature about it. You don't really think about that when you play games like Call of Duty or Halo and stuff, but you know, it's interesting. Don, I hope. Gonna get my hands around your neck. Anyway, for that one. All right, OP4 still scouting around here. I know, old friend. Totally not a check mission next week in OFCRA. Nice.
Should we go get the vehicle while we're here?
So they're scouting around. We just heard a Moz round come in. Not sure what that was about. Maybe that was the furries over here trying to do something in their defensive position.
ATGM shot.
They're calling it out as an ATGM shot. Interesting. Jonathan's gotten a kill with that crow system. And you've got UN Penal Battalion setting up to deploy here. They're going to be outnumbered in this fight, though.
Alright, fuck it. Let's just do this.
Pushing next building. Spread out, spread out.
Did they really just Leroy Jenkins this? Did they really? Okay. All right. Sure.
Vehicle north, 340. Audio only. Humvee northeast.
Sure. Zerg rush time. Let's see it.
You're about to get shot in the back of the head. Oh man, that would have been so comical.
I would laugh if Parthians got shot in the back of the head. That would be an instant highlight. Maple, this is one round. Thursdays for OCRA, only one round. Sometimes we cover bonus, but in this case, that is not being done today. I think Blue 4 on the roof just noticed these guys.
No sobra.
Y hay un viento de la hostia.
They're looking too far right. They might be looking at the guys on the hills. That's going to allow OP4 to get right on top of their position. That's funny. Are these the SIG 556s? Well, now they know. Toxic just took fire. Blue 4 is immediately trying to turn and engage here. OP4 probably shouldn't have done that from the open. Ivno going down. Smoke's going out. Back has his AT ready. RPG, no, that was a Moz round. Why are the wheels gone? Oh, they hit a barbed wire thing, didn't they? They hit barbed wire around here, and when you hit barbed wire, it automatically takes out all your wheels. So Fact is gonna just come up and boop it. Literally yelling about it. Ah, but Fact that's gunned down by Jonathan. More AT goes in. I actually don't know who launched that shot. Because there's no other... Where'd that second stick come from? Because I heard it, it was close. Was it Korvac? Maybe he fired it and then it immediately dropped. He does have an angle, but huh. Usually would have dropped immediately from his inventory. Interesting. Well. There goes the MRAP. You've got the rest of Penal Battalion coming in now. You've got Godfather coming up on this side, ready to move down as OP4. They seem to now be pulling out of their defensive positions to come around, so they could be hitting the rear. Parthius very far up here.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
And we got these teams standing by. You've got the four-man team starting to come in for Coco Jambo. I'm going to be honest, I don't know who's winning here. I don't have a multi up. I do have it on the command, though. That's my apologies. I think Ezio might have been streaming, but I'm not sure if he's still alive. That's my bad, crew. I apologize. Mr. Dave knocking Redley out. Whew, Khalil wakes back up. There's double taps by Mr. Dave on Renly. Khalil's trying to crawl away here. Only to get headshotted. More AT coming into this building. Not sure if it got anyone. It knocked the sign over. Yeah, I know it's just me on the multi. That's why I was saying that's why I was apologizing for it, because I didn't set it up. All right, so you got this guy trying to engage Korvac here. That's Jonathan with a Scar L. Literally a Scar Light and a Scar Heavy, L and H. The L uses 5.56, the Heavy uses 308. Fun fact. Parthius got caught up here. Robert Wegood double tapping him. Now they gotta be careful because there's an Overwatch element up here on the tower. Bob Winchester's trying to suppress, but literally the farthest guy away from that fight. Now you got more OpFor starting to put their forces around. You got a force right here as Blue Force pulling around. I'm not sure if Blue 4 are going to be able to hold this. We got FAWR coming around, but there's more OpFor joining them. Now you got Bluck climbing the tower here as Jonathan runs down.
One dead, one dead.
Toxic was able to get him, though. Great call on Toxic there. Oh, Zixme getting in a 1v1 with Heartseer. Zixme gets knocked out, interestingly enough. That was a 5.56 versus 5.45 fight there. There's the double taps on Zixme. And Zixme is down. Nubass running up, though. Might catch Heartseer on the rear. Heartseer heard him coming. And there's Heartseer going down. Great kill by Nubass. He has to double tap, though. There is no Scar Medium. And maybe it fires 6.5. Who knows?
Don't go off.
You have this force all the way over here. They're re-clearing this area, which is interesting because that area's already been cleared. You would think they'd be sent up on the front line here. Wombat trying to pick off more guys up here. As Toxic and Jonathan play it defensively. So both sides have been trading pretty evenly, though. Blue 4 has a group of 4 that's come in to reinforce from the south, and they're about to have FAWR join them. OpFor could very well defeat themselves in detail here if they're not careful, but there's just so much remaining that it is hard to say. I do appreciate the camp right here, though. You got Rigel on the doorway. Yeah, sorry, Evno. Ooh. So, Toxic came out, was taken out by Wombat. I think, I don't know what, oh, that was a random smoke, okay. I'm just a little worried about OpFor's division here, but FAWR leaving a small group, they're going to get overwhelmed by Godfather. That's Toxic being double tapped. Jonathan now coming down. Wombat's too busy looking up. That was amazing. That was, honest to God, amazing. Are you kidding me with that? Are you actually kidding me? Korvac throws a grenade trying to get in the tower. It drops down and falls next to Wombat. He's trying to... exactly, Hills. You can't make shit like that up with what I've done and seen. Nubass on 3 kills. Good for him. Just got one of the 4 that were coming around. AT just got fired. I think that took out the drone. Yep. So OpFor's UGV is down. Excuse me. UAV is unmanned aerial vehicle. UGV is unmanned ground vehicle. Shay's now coming around. But yeah, the number game here is pretty tough. OpFor needs to send more reinforcements. Nubass tries to come out as Snary shoots at him. Random spray by Nubass. Oh, he's fighting an LM... wait. 2 medium machine gunners and a rifleman. So Nubass tried to drag his friend out. The drag guy gets killed. A Quell got doubled, knocked out there. Oh my god. I'm gonna be honest, Dubas had that. But I guess the headshots didn't register. Bluck comes down because these guys got shot behind. Oh, Bluck. Damn. OFCRA's getting cleaned out over here. There's only a few guys remaining, but... Alright, FAWR is pulled north. Hold on. We got Brownwater driving right into a Blue 4 position. And they got a 50 cal. That's going to tear through that Humvee. Meanwhile, Godfather have taken some pretty heavy casualties here as they're fighting against FAWR. Their northern group, again, just OFCRA so heavily divided that there's just not a lot that they can do. And then we got to have this group come up and join in as reinforcements. I'm just worried about the defeat in detail here that OFCRA could potentially do. So Mr. Dave's doing his best to kill who he can around here. But Godfather has gotten pretty heavily knocked out here from FAWR. They had a lot more down. Because where's Godfather 2? Don't see him at all. That guy made Bluck look trash. I mean, yeah, Bluck is a really good player. I'm really surprised he got headshotted that early in the firefight. MRAP mounted up. AT went on it. It looks like it was a hit. I do see some smoke from the engine. OFCRA need to give a second AT shot to destroy it, though. And it does have a 50 count. It is going to start suppressing. Mac tries to get out. Knocks out Skipu. And random suppression fire from the 50 actually double taps. That grenade hurt Mac. Now OFCRA running some of their suppressed guys up the side here. Looking back at this group, they brought their Humvee up. They need to drive in. Looks like they need to bring the Vix up to those positions, so they might try to do that one as well. Let's see what Karioka can do here. I'm doing fine, guys. Thank you for asking. Where are you going? What? No. No, 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 no. No, no. Around, behind you. No, behind you. Sir. Sir, behind you. Oh, my God. Random processing errors, Lad Lego. I still have them occasionally happen on my VOD channel. Yeah, yeah. I don't even know if he got shot by his own dudes, which is the funny thing. He might have just gotten red on Reddit there, but who the hell knows? Because they're shooting back and forth above him. Yes, this is PvP. But if that happens to you, Led Lego, if the video fully finishes processing and it's 24 hours and it's still stuck in processing, just delete it and re-upload it. Because I've had... It doesn't take a video it only takes it up to a few hours, even if it's like a multi-hour video to finish the processing phase. If it's still processing at that point, stuck at the 360p hell, just re-upload it. But anyway, that's a different thing. This is One Life PvP, yes. There were 132 players at the start of the server. Now I would say we're down to around 50 to 60. OFCRA has the advantage, but Blue 4 is holding firm here. Karioka got back up. I don't think he's being fired at, though. It's Rizbo and Mac. They're firing at his buddies over here. And they don't even know where they're being shot from. They're just randomly suppressing. Godfather still trying to move up. They have been reinforced by Bravo 1-3, which is Band of Beggars. Otherwise, that northern group has been all but destroyed. Lolo still on those 6 kills. Anyone got armored? There was a funny chopper crash after they got shot down and one of the pilots got ragdolled, but then he got back up. Horvath now firing down at Snary. You got Mike. He might be firing at his own guys. Yeah. Oh, he's totally suppressing his own dudes over here. I think. That or that's Nubass's body. Completed by Blue 4. So I think because Blue 4 interacted with the laptop over here. So I'm going to be honest. I think Blue 4 might still win this objective. And if they do, I'm going to have to say it's based off of the people that were able to get the points here. But we will just have to see. Lolo's on 6 kills because he was using the drone early on, and he got those 6 kills by sniping people at the airport with it. So I got these Vics coming around. Jesus Christ. They start screaming when they're under fire.
Là où il y a les tirs. Là, la tête en face de toi, là. Attends, bouge pas, bouge pas, bouge pas.
You got Shay now running around over here trying to clean up what Blue 4 he can find. He's got to be careful because Mike had an angle on that building, but it looks like he's pulled away. Shay's busy medicing. If Camille were to come around and check this other angle, he'd have Shay in a vice grip. Oh, is he going to get it? No, Shay looked over. Made his head spin. Ooh. Banner gets knocked out. We still have about 30 minutes on the server here. And this group still hasn't left the area. They're going to just stay as a permanent defensive unit. So I still think there is room for OFCRA to be defeated in detail here, but it's going to mean that Blue 4 is going to have to pull some really heavy PvP here. So we're going to have to see FAWR beat out Godfather here. The French there was 50% swear words. Excellent. It's French versus Czechs. AT was just fired up here. I know there was an OFCRA guy chilling. Oh, yeah, and he's still freshly ragdolling, which means that AT killed him. That's an ouch. So it's a 2v4 in here. It's a 5-11 v 12 here. So the Czechs are trying to go on the offensive here. They're popping a massive barrage of smoke to come around. We might see FAWR counter them. We got a 240 Bravo in a great position here to stop it. And then OFCRA just has some units on some outline positions that they might just be holding defensively for the moment. French versus Slav insults, yeah, right? No, he's pulling back instead. Might try to find a better defensive position. I'm not going to ask how you know that, Nuna, but awesome. Tane, not the best spot to be in, but he can go prone and at least have his weapon rested.
Oh, les toits buggés, nique ta mère.
Ooh, OFCRA receiving some reinforcements. This is Sitting Ducks here. That extra 5 coming in from a different angle could save them. Oh no, Zix, I know you don't like them. I'm honored that you're here, buddy, and I think you did well today, but don't drag me into that. I think they're wonderful. There's not any particular group of people I dislike. That dude's head just got blown off. Explosive just went off, knocking out Javir's building. I don't see Mike anywhere. He might have gotten taken out. Great play by Optimus or Wombat, whoever put the explosives there. Grenade going right onto Javir's position. Knocks him out. Could still wake back up. Yes, Zixme, why are you so against Polish? I want to know. I want to hear the backstory. Oh, it's okay. I understand secret Twitch talk. Wink, wink. Oh my god. Zixme found a chat where he isn't banned. Discord drama queen. All right, so FAWR, we've got... Looks like Wombat, I think Jen woke back up and they got into a 1v1. So Optimus Prime is a medic. He can wake him back up, and that's going to turn into a 2v2 at that point. We've got this vehicle coming around. That position's now grayed out. Random suppressive fire going over Optimus Prime. FAWR is the last holdout. At this rate, Blue 4, you got to remember, if any side knocked down to 8 or less players, the other side gets 2 points. But this last group, they're dismounting to the south. They need to come in and help secure the purple position. Okay, Zixme, go on. A Serbian in Belgium. In my school, there were many ethnicities. Everybody was kumbaya of all different continents and religions. Everybody was friendly and hanging together, except the Polish, always in their own tribe stealing. Jesus, Zixme. That's his villain origin story. We're going to make a Call of Duty theme against the Polish, where Zixme's going to be the big bad. It's going to be a Polish Call of Duty. Let's do it. I need a name that fits Polish Call of Duty here. Let's go. Cobra. Nico, no. He's literally in your own... Nico, kneeing Cobra's kneecaps there. Good God. Warsaw. I love it. Yes. Warsaw. I love it. That's great. Now I need a team of developers to run through the infusion engine. Hey, righto, Lato. Good luck with your YouTube uploads, man. Sorry that you're running into that bug. Prime is still working on getting Wombat up. Blue 4 hasn't really pushed, but Snary might go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, FAWR, the Godfather guys have been taking some pretty hefty casualties here. But Op4 is trying to come in and reinforce from the north. And you got these two vehicles holding because they need to deliver one to the south and one to the north to score points. Wombat got up, but Snary comes around, sprays Optimus Prime down, and gets Wombat. And those two are down. Op4 is going to hear those shots as they move in. All right. So that southern group, they still have time to move in and secure that position. Op4 are trying their best to sandwich this one area. We just heard AT get fired into a building. How much time left? Roughly 25, not even 25, 20 minutes. Some suppressive fire back here. We got two Blue 4 guys that could come behind that Op4 flank as well. We are officially in the end game. I'll hydrate.
C'est bon, je suis là. Contact toujours nord, hein. Il y en a un qui est vraiment close. Dans la smoke. Au niveau de l'arbre dans la smoke, tu vois. Il y a un petit arbre, il est là-bas.
Zix, I don't remember, to be honest. I have the memory of a goldfish when I stream. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 20 minutes left. There's your official timer. So at the 132 mark, we will be over. So OFCRA still waiting around with Cheeseburger and Kilo, who are two really good players. I'm surprised they got put on vehicle duty. Teleports behind you, nothing personal. That's a Zicky move, Zixme. Yeah, Rizbo's on 3 kills too. I mean, he's in a perfect position to screw with this northern advance. Ooh, a grenade just got someone. That knocked him to his feet. Another grenade. Houdini! I think the grenade animation just knocked him over. What the hell? The grenade, I think him get knocked to his feet, and then the other grenade pushed him out of the wall. Well, that was unexpected. Armored the hell out of that wall, exactly. No, the server's not going to crash. Rizbo and Manshot, I think Rizbo went down, but not before he knocked a few of these guys out. Went right on top of their position, too. But with all the OFCRA knockouts, that might have just turned it around because of that random little glitch. OFCRA being incredibly cautious to move in the purple zone. Looks like one of them got knocked out because there's only one guy up remaining. This northern fight could swing either way now. I told you not to bet on the server crashing again because usually it only crashes once and then never again. Last week was just an exception because there was just something unstable. That or they were running the 32-bit executable. Yeah, exactly. Frothy is right. That's exactly what happened to him getting pushed out of the wall. Because, you know, Arma's a perfectly wonderful game with exactly 0 bugs, you know? Don't you know? Only features. Double taps going down. Still seeing some suppressive fire. It just works. Flip trying to get into a firefight with Nannert here. Runs out before he can be shot more. OFCRA now pushing on the southern side. Oh, let me do a count here. 4. Oh, Mancho just died. 5. So OFCRA officially have the 2 points for the 8 or less players on the hostile side. Flip gets knocked out. Scar H's, man. 308 hurts. Oh, but Flip wakes back up. It's only Baku and Billy still alive over here. I stand corrected. It's only Billy alive. Well, caster cursing in a nutshell there, gentlemen. I think OFCRA has this at this point. Billy now getting shot by Cobra, is forced to pull back. Come on, Billy, I believe in you. He's on 3 kills. He's got an FN mag, which is, I think, a British 240, bro. It's a medium machine gun, fires 7.62 by 5.1 NATO, aka 308.
T'es de l'OFCRA, c'est ça?
Oh, he's going to call on the radio, but find no response. Now, again, I do need to see the official scoreboard here because Blue 4's done a lot. They could still get a bounce back.
J'en ai kill quelques-uns, mais il en reste. Ils m'ont vu, je crois. C'est pris, je les entends parler en voix moyenne à côté de moi, il y a un véhicule qui s'approche de ma position.
Yeah, so now they're going to be holding these so that the MTLBs can come up and secure the rest of that.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
I'm writing out. So you got to remember, in this specific campaign with the contractors, I have to choose MVPs. And in the previous 2 missions, it was 1 from each side. Now they want me to choose an 2 MVPs from the winning side. So I went with Godfathers, which is the CSF group, because they had an amazing use with the drone. They got 6 kills on the airfield and were just sniping people with it, which is great. That's how you're supposed to use that asset, and that's what helped them win the early game and thin the numbers out around here for other groups to continue to kill the rest of the forces that were still alive. And then they've helped completely clean up this area here and secure this side for them. Cobra's on 8 kills, though. God damn. Nine kills.
Tango eliminato. Sono ferito, se vado giù sono qua.
That was great. There's only 1 remaining. I think it's GG. We're going to have to see the official point count, but I think OPFOR is just going to have the edge here. All right.
Send in goat.
I need to see the official count, and we'll go from there. Ghost Wolf, thanks for the 11-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of the scenario. But guys, here's the deal. Round's going to go for probably another 10 minutes, because unless OPFOR start trying to sweep into the zone here. But otherwise, we'll be doing POG in about an hour and a half. Anyway, I'll go over it again. MVPs for me, since I believe OPFOR is going to win, are going to be the following. So my top MVP choice is probably going to be Godfathers because, again, Ivno did great work with the drone, scoring 6 kills on the airfield, which we didn't see a lot of because I was focused on other areas, but you can see the results of the handiwork. And that helped weaken Blue 4 in this sector over here, because you can see all 6 bodies here. It made them pull out of this area and then also get broken apart so that I believe Sitting Duck was able to then sweep up the remaining forces there. The helicopter also went down, all that crazy stuff. And then the second one is UN Penal Battalion for a great counter ambush on this zone. And then when they pushed in here, although they all died, it knocked out almost all of Blue 4's defenders in this zone, which means Quantum Control Group can come in and, you know, finish it, essentially. Runner-up is Sitting Duck, because they had some great cleanups. And then Cobra, who's part of Sitting Duck, is on 9 kills right now. So, that's my call. Now, if Blue 4 somehow wins this, my MVP choice is going to at least be the group that blew up this despite getting counter-ambushed. And then the other group, I'm going to have to review my footage. It would probably be the group that did that amazing ambush up here and kept constantly pulling out and evading people. And although they got killed up here, they definitely caused OPFOR to go do a bit of hunting for that one group, which caused OPFOR to have less forces to push into these final 2 objectives, and it got really messy for them. But it just wasn't enough, unfortunately. Who was the best defender? I would say... I don't know. Again, it would be those 2 groups that I mentioned. The ones that I don't remember their names specifically. I can check real quick, but... I think most of them have left the server, so I can't really tell. I'd have to, again, check my footage back for their full names. Oh, FAWR did a good job defending, but they were just overwhelmed by too many units coming in. So yeah, now you're just going to have a stalemate here. Alrighty. So, how's everyone's day? Overall, I wrote down a few highlights. This was a good overall round, though, I would say. Other than the server issues being server issues, but I want to see the official point count, because I have a feeling Blue Force still might have a chance. So we'll just have to see how things go. Bit tired right now? I feel ya. I might have some coffee in the evening just to work through things, but again, when this stream ends, I'm probably going to make myself something to eat as well, because my stomach's been doing some growlies. And then announce the playing Fallout tomorrow around noon. When the stream ends are going to bed? Nice. Yeah, so now they're just going to move in and sweep this area. They've got more than, you know, one dude in the purple zone, so... Here, I'm gonna run the points real quick. So, Blue 4, destroy RD APCs and supply APCs. They're gonna get 1 point there. They didn't prevent any of the APCs from loading or unloading. So no points there. They got the fuel. So, okay, they're only gonna get like 3 points then. OPFOR, meanwhile, is going to get 2 points for the unloading, 3 points for the supply, a bonus for all the supply APCs being unloaded, so that's already 7 points. They're going to capture this zone and get the supremacy, so they're going to get a near-perfect score. So this is going to be an OPFOR victory. Let's have him back out. So I'm going to go ahead and send this message to NASA.
Yok. Hiçbir şey.
Alright, well, it's up to Flip. And he was bleeding a little bit, so one of his wounds might have reopened. Let's see how he does. Oh, I would say Blue 4 had a pretty good run, though, but it just constantly, the firefights just favored Op 4. And it's no fault of Blue 4 there, it's just, they just got outmaneuvered. In places where even Blue 4 was doing well, they were getting ambushed. The counter ambush to the south, though, which is why I'm putting UN Penal Battalion up for an MVP award, is because the counter ambush there on Blue 4 was just brutal. Like, Blue 4 had a really great ambush going, but then Penal Battalion came in and just screwed them up, you know? Alright, NASA just read my message, and he says, perfect, thank you. Alright. I'm gonna be honest, though, I've really enjoyed this campaign, because it forces me to then go over, you know, who's been doing really well on these matches, and then those people get rewarded, but I think it makes the content overall a lot better, and it makes it more interactive, too, because, you know, you guys can agree with me or disagree on the MVP choices, and if we ever get into something like that, I'd love to have a nice conversation about it.
Send in goat.
Drunk Firebear, thanks for giving Lolo a sub. I hope you both keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. I disagree. The shrimp is the MVP. I see revanche. Oh my god, Zixme, stop it. Oh man, I can read that French too. Excellent. Alright, guys, well, it's pretty much GG. I'll have an hour. Damn, it's in Italian? Oh, and you're right, right. I'm sorry, Grazi is Italian. I'm an idiot. Je ne parle français. Come on. I feel like we're the little drawing of a dude poking something with a stick going, come on, Flip. Do something. I know, Malin, this is great. You know, Malin, I'm going to be honest with you. This really rivals Friday Night Fights gameplay, doesn't it? I'm joking, buddy. Just because you said that is why I jabbed back. But, oh, man, I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. Great, now I'm going to piss off the FNF staff with that one. He's not writing anything. Oh, I can hear the fire burning in the FNF stat chat. Oh boy, I'm in trouble. Malin, please. Mercy, I beg of you. I only said it because you said it. I had to jab back. You know how it is. Listen, at least I'll end the game if it's only one guy sitting behind a rock. This is just boring. I get you, and I do appreciate that when FNF does that. Clipped and posted. No! Has he been spotted? Who's shooting?
Send in goat team 6.
Ah, the tree. The tree is hostile. Willow giving us up to Zixme. I'd say thank you, Willow, but Zixme's been incredibly racist against Polish people here. Oh my god. Shouldn't have done that. I know, it's gonna bring him back. Hey guys, if you voted for a server crash, there's still one more minute that you can pray. He has more power now. Zixme, are you gonna use the power for good or for evil, though? That's the question. Oh, Flip found someone. Get him, Flip. I believe in you. There it is. 4 points to 11. 17 to 1. So, Blue 4 officially scored points for an MTLB being destroyed. Oh, I didn't know they blew an MTLB up. Interesting. And won the heavy Vix and then the airport fuel being eliminated. All right. Pay it out. Op 4 victory. Anyway, guys, we'll be back in a little over an hour. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and have a good one.